Hi, vacation rental owners and managers. Choosing your property's decorating style is important, and it probably seems tricky, but I'm going to show you a simple formula to figure it out, and it will make decorating your STR correctly much easier. Welcome to Step Up Your STR. Maybe you have the basics in place for your business, but you know it needs to be better. That's where we come in. Here, you'll get practical ideas to take your vacation rental business from ordinary to outstanding. I'm Kara Shimizu, your host. Together, we'll go through this journey and step up your STR. Today's podcast is a really practical one that will make your decorating choices easy. We're going to walk through how to figure out what I call your style statement. And this is super important because it will guide all of your decorating choices. This is not only just a style, it's a statement that gives direction, and it helps you know what to choose and make it look great. All right, so what exactly is a style statement? It's going to be two words. Number one, a style word. Number two, a feeling word. Let's talk first about number one, the style. This means your design style, and there are several avenues to figure this out. First of all, think about where your property is located. The architecture in the southwestern United States will likely be different from the mountains of Utah. And the mountains of Utah, those homes there, will be different from an apartment in Chicago. So look at your architecture, see if it's got a lot of straight lines, and that's more modern, or if it has a lot of curvy lines and moldings and some fancy stairway going up. And that would be more traditional. So that's one way you can start to differentiate what your style is going to be. Next, do a simple search online. Just put in a term like most common interior design styles. And this can be really informative because if you know certain design styles, if you can match that to your style statement, you can search for furnishings in that style and really narrow down what you're going to buy, such as transitional, that's a style, transitional sofa, or mid-century modern, another style, mid-century modern coffee table. Okay, another way is to compare what you see online to what your space's architecture is. For example, you'll probably see a lot of traditional furniture in a Georgian style home. So likely what homes are that are related to your style of home or property, they'll probably have furnishings that go with that style. And you do want your style word to be compatible with your house's architecture. It's hard to make two opposing styles work together. For example, a really funky style in a delicate traditional Parisian apartment would look weird. It's hard to make it look really great. Picking a style that is compatible with your architecture is an excellent way to go. All right, so that's how you're going to pick your style. Now, some common style terms are mid-century modern, transitional, tribal, contemporary, coastal, farmhouse, mountain house. So as you're searching for those terms, think about where you're located. Think about if you have curvy lines versus straight lines. Think about the architecture you have and what might be compatible with that architecture of your home. Go ahead and look online at common design styles. See what might match your property's architecture. That is how you're going to narrow down into one style word. That is step one. Step two, the second word in our style statement is how you want it to feel. This is going to be a feeling word. I'll give you some examples. One feeling word would be romantic. Maybe you have like a one-bedroom shed, you've really spiffed it up on your land and you've converted it into an STR, and it's just right to market to couples. So maybe you want it to feel romantic. Maybe you want your place to feel cheerful. Maybe cheerful will be your feeling word because you live someplace with lots of cloudy, rainy days and you want it to feel bright and happy. Some other feeling words you could consider are calm, energetic, warm, fun, edgy, childlike, sophisticated, vintage, gentle, bright, cozy, feminine, masculine. You get the idea. And you might even come up with your own feeling word different from those. So I'm hoping that will give you a start on what you want your feeling word to be in your style statement. So now you have your style word and your feeling word, and you're going to combine them. And this will make your style statement. I'll share some examples. I'm going to show you some pictures. And if you want to see these online, a good way to find them is just go to YouTube and search for Step Up Your STR. Okay, our first example is going to be what I'm calling a masculine farmhouse. So if you look at the architecture of this space, it has some kind of raw wood looking floors. It has shiplap on the walls. It's kind of rustic looking. That's a farmhouse style that we're looking at here. And then what they did is they layered in some farmhouse and masculine elements. If you look at the desk in the middle of the space, it has really strong, straight, clean lines. It's made of this black, sturdy metal, those legs, and it has some really rugged wood for the top. If you look in the back, there are two chairs in the back of the photo on either, kind of flanking the desk, on either side of the desk, and those are black also. It's kind of in a strong leather color. There's also on the wall a chart. It looks like a chart of weights and measures. So it's just really analytical, and which often is equated more with masculine than it is with feminine. Also on the ground or on the floor, there is a cowhide rug, also really rugged, a rugged rug, pun intended there. So this I would classify as masculine farmhouse. All right, the second example I'm calling a funky, kind of a funky traditional. And I would not put super delicate architecture like a Parisian apartment with a funky style, but you can put traditional with a funky style. And the reason I'm calling this traditional is because it has a large fireplace on the left, and it looks like it's maybe made of a painted wood, and it has a marble surround. And then it has really tall ceilings, a big, beautiful mullioned window in the background, and some very nice molding on the walls. This is a traditional architecture in this space. And then they have put some traditional and funky items inside. What you see that is traditional is in the back. It's that very traditional, beautiful tufted sofa. But the chair that's in the foreground is really funky. It's a really modern, mid-century modern style baby blue chair. And then the coffee table has a lovely traditional marble round top, but then the legs are kind of this undulating swirl in what looks like maybe a brass pipe. So that's a very funky design. There's also a really interesting large light fixture, kind of a chandelier that hangs down. It's made out of what looks like bamboo reeds, and it's a funky light fixture. However, on the mantle, I can see that there's a traditionally shaped vase. It looks like there's some traditionally framed pieces of art above the mantle too. So they have combined in this room traditional and funky, and it's made a really fun and interesting space. This third example I'm calling feminine industrial. If you look at the architecture, you can see there's a lot of raw concrete, exposed piping, exposed wiring, a lot of hard edges. But then they have combined that with cabinetry in the back where the kitchen is, cabinetry that has this pink kind of terracotta hue to it. That same pink terracotta is in the middle of the space in that fireplace. It's a very soft and pretty color. There also is some soft lighting coming up onto the ceiling, and some really soft looking pillows and cushions. There's a sling chair there in the middle of the room. A sling chair is a very curvy chair, so that looks feminine also. So this is a really cool juxtaposition of hard edges with industrial and the soft, rounded edges of feminine. Pretty cool space. All right, so let's recap. To choose the style and furnishings for your vacation rental, come up with your style statement. It will be 2 words, a style word and a feeling word. Your style statement will be the guide for all the design elements that you choose. It can be really informative to see what I'm talking about, so you can check out the video, as I mentioned, the video version of this podcast on YouTube. Just do a search there for Step Up Your STR. Thanks so much for listening. Talk again next time. Thank you for joining in on Step Up Your STR. Please take just 30 seconds to like, review, and subscribe. It's a simple thing that fuels our mission to empower more STR owners and managers for higher success. I look forward to talking again next time.